The Prime Minister, meanwhile, says he is open to more discussions with China to try to improve the relationship, but says it has to come with no conditions. The tensions between the two nations reached a boiling point last year, the Chinese embassy releasing a dossier of 14 grievances Beijing had with Australia. Scott Morrison says while the relationship remains important to both countries, he won't enter talks. If there's an expectation, he has to give ground.
We will, of course, remain absolutely open and available to meet to discuss any of the issues that have been identified. But those discussions, as I've made clear, won't take place on the basis of any sort of pre-emptive concessions on Australia's part on those matters. I don't think any Australian would want their Prime Minister to be conceding the points that they've set out. Our position on that is very clear, it's very honest, it's very transparent.
Labor says more should be done to mend ties with Beijing. The opposition leader has written to the PM, urging him to consult with former Prime Ministers Kevin Rudd and John Howard, both of whom have ongoing links to China.
To be clear, it is China that are to blame for breaking down that relationship, but you need to find a way through. And I think it is very sensible to engage former Prime Ministers Kevin Rudd and John Howard.
Scott Morrison says he has been in contact with both men.
This is a matter that the former Prime Minister Howard and I have discussed on many occasions. As you know, I speak to him pretty regularly about these and many other things. It's a topic that some time ago and even more recently I was connecting with Prime Minister Rudd about these matters. So I'm always open to those who are very experienced in these areas, and both of those former Prime Ministers are very experienced in these areas.